来这里吃饭的以色列人多吗？犹太人？
阿拉伯人根本上就没有，但是犹太人
很多
很多。我有几十年的客人，几代人都在我这里吃饭。
当时79年来说，这里危险吗？这里问题多吗？
以色列一直都有问题。到今天为止，昨天为止都有问题。
这个阿拉伯世界的冲突，
几次以色列的战争我都在这里。1982年的打黎巴嫩。
打黎巴嫩，对。
那个时候打黎巴嫩的时候，很多人，美国来的、其他国家来的犹太人，他们在街上里被挡，然后就有车子把他们送走，送到前线去。我问他们我自己愿意来的。
这边也有自杀性爆炸嘛？
很多，这个我亲眼看到的。
在哪里？什么样子？
这里39号。
39号。
这旁边那里。晚上也是爆炸了，他2个公交车啊。他等那个公交车到站的时候，这个公交车到站，那个恐怖事件引爆，2个公交车的人死伤很多人。他爆了以后，还有第2个人看到你们很多人在这里，第2个人进来爆了。
什么时候爆炸最严重啊？
一直都有。我们都已经怕。
现在少一些了，是吧？
没有了，根本上没有。
现在没有了。就因为建那个墙，是不是？
是，
很有效，是吧？
有效。
但是巴勒斯坦人就很愤怒嘛，建这个墙，
把人与人之间都分开了。以前有现今记载的时候是犹太人的地方，后来犹太人2000多年的时候，他们这人就散掉了，逃到全世界的地方去了。以后阿拉伯人进来这里，生活了1000多年，他们也是当这里是他们的一辈子，他们的家。所以我觉得应该有和平的一点，大家就应该互相体谅一下。大家互相残杀，这不是一个好的解决方法。
哇，这么高这墙，
比那个柏林墙高多了。
对啊，高太多了，这得有什么8米、10米高。耶路撒冷是一座有着3000年历史的古城，也是犹太教、基督教、伊斯兰教的发源地。
有一个小平台，你望出去，居然可以看到2个宗教的地标性建筑物，一个呢是西墙，一个呢是金顶。
与耶路撒冷相距1小时车程的特拉维夫，却是一座引领世界科技的现代都市。我相约赫拉利在这儿再次见面，我很好奇，如此复杂的环境对他的影响是什么。Hi, see you again.
Hello.
Hi, see you again. See you again.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So where to go? We need the car.
Yeah, we are ready.
Yeah. Please. You know, I just traveled from Jerusalem, the old city. You see the different culture, different religion, and I mean very mixed culture, and lots of burden from history. Is there a kind of Israeli mentality? Could you describe it?
As a tourist, maybe you go there. Oh, it's very interesting. Or you see all the old places. All this is where Jesus was, and so forth. But you live there. The amount of hatred in that place. It's like a nuclear reactor of hatred. You know, religion can be a wonderful thing, but when you live in Jerusalem, you realize that it can be a terrible thing.
Yeah.
How much hatred and anger. Ideally, a temple or a religious place is a place where you go in order to experience peace and harmony. If you go to a temple and you experience hatred and anger, then this is a dysfunctional temple. It's not working, you know. It's like going to a hospital and getting back even more sick. So Jerusalem for me is a dysfunctional temple.
How this kind of things shape your mind, shape your
The influence on me of if this is what you ask, it obviously has an impact.
Yeah.
I mean, if you live in a place like Silicon Valley, maybe you can have this kind of utopian vision of a world governed by science and by rationality and things like that. But if you live in the Middle East, it's obvious to you that you cannot escape this tension, because all around you people are killing each other because of their belief in fictional stories.
Yeah.
So it's very clear to you that fiction is an extremely powerful thing. My house, the village where I live, is exactly middle of the way between Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. On the one hand, I'm very connected to this world of Tel Aviv.
Yeah, modern technology,
Modern technology,
world,
high tech, all that. And on the other hand, very connected to Jerusalem with all the religion and mythology and especially this is why I think much of my writing and scholarship is about this tension between the modern world of the 21st century and artificial intelligence and all that, and on the other hand the still great impact of all these mythologies and fictional stories and religions.
When did you notice the tension? When did you notice the hatred of religions and
I think only when I left Israel and I went to do my PhD in Oxford, then I realized how much tension there is in the place where, when you're born into it, you think, well, this is how the world is. And only when you go out, you realize, no, this is not how the world is.
为了更充分理解这个国家与赫拉利，我约了几位当地人闲聊。我的朋友王石正在以色列游学，他与我一同前往。
007那个谍战片那个
对。
第一位是阿拉伯律师。
Nice to meet you. How do you think about the Jewish people? I mean, the Jewish come back, take the city, they become the new authority. Is understanding or for you not?
For me, I don't have a problem with the religion about the Jews. And they was living here before the occupation, and we have places that they are neighbors of the Arabs, and they don't have any problem with the Palestinian here before the occupation. When they kick them out from Europe and receive them, and later they are get of this country. But after, it's became the problem. When I talk with the Israelis, most of the people, they have this stereotype. We really feel that. When they talking with me, are you real Arab? Yeah, I am Arab. Are you born here? Yes, I am born here. You know, here, the thing that it's helped me to live here in Jerusalem, it's how I look. According to the stereotype of the Israelis, I'm not look like the local people. The local people have to be dark skinned, not handsome person, and also my accent is good in Hebrew.
You speak Hebrew?
Yeah, of course, because I'm a lawyer. And in a good accent.
So what's your nationality?
Nationality, I don't have any nationality of any country. It's just residency. If I pass something, if I travel more than 3 or 7 years out of Israel, so they can get the ID, my ID. It's mean they can kick me out anytime. Like that we live.
Do you have any solution? I mean,
actually, I don't see any solution. I am born here and I love this country. I will not pass to anywhere.
Forgot a car. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
When did you arrive?
Sorry?
When did you come to Israel?
2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago. So you've been around.
Yeah, spent 1 day in Jerusalem and here. Yeah, come here. Yeah. You're much more relaxed than in China.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in China you run around from here to there, and here
Too
it's
many
like,
things. Yeah.
Oh, what nice view.
You want some water?
Yes,
Some water
would
or-
be nice.
Tell me more about, your self-searching in Oxford, your life, your thinking, your mentality, how the change happened. Yeah.
How the change happened.
Yeah.
Well, I went to Oxford to do my PhD on military history. I was always very interested in the big questions of life.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, and what is the meaning of life, and what is the source of suffering in the world, and things like that. But I got the impression that you couldn't really engage with these questions in the academic world. The academic world is kind of pushing you to focus on more and more narrow and specialized questions. On a parallel track, I'm personally very engaged and interested in these big philosophical questions.
Big tension for you.
Yeah, when I got my tenure at the university, I felt that, okay, now I'm kind of secure. Now they can't do anything to me. I'm some terrible crime, like you murder the dean or something, they can't touch you.
Yeah.
So I try and reconnect the two tracks with these big questions about humanity and about life. I guess it was luck had something to do with it, but it was very successful.
In the 20th century, there are some historians also ask big questions like Arnold Toynbee, H.G. Wells. How this kind of tradition shape you?
Influenced me.
Yeah.
The biggest influence on me, I think, was from Jared Diamond.
Jared Diamond.
He was a specialist in birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the one who came and kind of showed the historians, look, you can do these things to, like, looking at humans from a bird's eye view.
From bird to bird view.
Yeah.
So you're comparing Jared Diamond. What's your advantage and disadvantage of your books?
Their strength compared with me is that I don't really have any background in biology. But if you just know biology, if you just understand evolution and you know everything there is to know about humans, you can now explain human history. I don't think that this can work because human history also has a very important ingredient of culture, of ideas, of stories, of fictions. And this is kind of my speciality, the exploration and understanding of fictions and mythologies and stories and their immense impact on human history. And if you don't give enough importance to the stories, to the fictions, you will never understand something like the Second World War, or like the French Revolution, or like the rise of Christianity. There was no biological or geographical explanation.
So what do you think the major flaw of your theory? Have you ever think about it?
Of my theory?
Yeah, your perspective. You try to explain the whole world, the history, but what's the major flaw in the process?
Well, if I knew the major flaw, I would have corrected it. But there are definitely flaws.
Do you have any kind of worry? Maybe I speak so much about the change, the process, but actually I don't understand very well. Do you have any kind of concern?
There are many areas.
Because your tongue in the books is so confident. So,
yes.
Yeah.
There are many areas that I talk about and I have no first-hand experience. I just rely on what the experts in the field say and I believe them. And I have no ability to kind of verify for myself that what I'm saying is true. I just believe them. So it's only second-hand knowledge. I read articles and books about artificial intelligence and what are the principles behind the program, behind the machine learning. So I trust that they are right. I hope that they are not kind of, making this colossal mistake and leading the entire world after them.
赫拉利对多领域的探索、对二手知识的运用与宏大叙事的热情，让我想起另一位以色列朋友。他即将成为一位拉比，是位教授塔木德的老师。 这部古老的典籍覆盖了犹太教的律法、习俗、祭祀、礼仪等。
You gonna join me?
Yes.
Okay, come, welcome. Welcome, welcome everybody.
Maybe say something about yourself. You're from Dutch?
Well, I am from a Dutch-German family, but I was born here. Nowadays I'm studying to become a rabbi, conservative rabbi.
How could one be a rabbi?
You have to study and you have to pass exams.
You compare with the priest for the Christian, similar things or not similar? I mean, the role they played in the social society.
I think you are the spiritual leader of the people, and it's a very important job because you're working with people.
For us, for outsider, the Jewish education seems very interesting combination. On the one side, it's a quite religious. You stick some everlasting truths. On the other side, the Jewish people seems very open to new technology, new knowledge. So how to explain the combination of this kind of paradox?
You know, if you read the Talmud, you can see in the Talmud that they already were very much open-minded. They had already broad knowledge. They didn't say, oh, we only have to confine ourselves to one knowledge, which is the Jewish. We have to understand everything because life is about everything. Talmud is a lot about discussions, open discussions. We bring different ideas and, oh, you heard a story that came from another country. How do we relate to that story? Is it relevant to us? I think that in the Jewish philosophy, and you have to listen to everything, understand other cultures, other people. 2,000 years ago, we were fighting amongst ourselves. And because we were fighting, you know, there were splits in the people, the temple was destroyed. So, you know, I think that the big issue of today is how do we build bridges? You know, how do we educate the next generation so we build bridges to people who are different than us?
And how the Jewish people deal with the trauma? I mean, teach the kids to know the trauma, to know their past.
We realized that the stories are very, very important. Everybody started talking about it and understanding that it is important to discuss it.
Do you think that Israel today still facing kind of existential crisis?
I want to believe that not. I think that, look, there are people in the world that say that they want us to disappear. But I don't think that, you know, practically it's possible. But human beings are not always predicted. What we learn from history is that human beings, that people, never learn from history. So history can often repeat itself because we just don't learn. So we don't look with open eyes of what happened only a few years ago and say, okay, let's do it differently. So I don't know. You know, I don't think that we are today on an immediate threat. But of course, Israelis feel that there is a threat. But I hope and I believe that we are strong enough and we'll be okay.
在以色列，宗教深入人们的生活，不同教派主张各异。
The fulfillment of my people's prayers for 2,000 years, 3 times a day. The Jewish.
海雅是一位有着3个孩子的正统教犹太人。
Do you still feel lots of dangers in everyday life?
You know, there was a time when there were a lot of car rammings going on in Jerusalem where terrorists would ram their cars into children. That was a scary time. I was, you know, my kids would go to school in the morning and I would literally cry with fear. That's not been happening in the past couple of years, so it's a quieter time right now. So I don't feel fear. I let my kids roam around freely.
From your point of view, how to, settle the huge conflict between Israel and Palestine is possible? I mean, during so long time.
Right. I think with the consciousness that we have today, it's not so possible. We need to be doing that work on ourselves personally and inside of ourselves. You know, I'm a therapist. I do couples workshops, you know, where it's about working on communication. So I think we need to be communicating more with our enemies and working through it via communication.
If the city is a patient,
Yeah.
how to describe the psychological problem or maybe mental disorder for the city?
You know, it's interesting we're having this interview today. Today is the National Day of Mourning. There's all sorts of things that we do today to enter into a consciousness of mourning for all of the pain of the world. 2,000 years ago, our people had senseless hatred. We hated for no good reason. We hated our brother, we hated our cousin, we hated. And for that, our national story goes, our temple was destroyed and the Jewish people were dispersed all over the world because we could not love each other. That's our psychological ailment, is hate. And so the fixing of that is going to be love. It is love, senseless love. What does that mean and how do we do that is a whole other question, but I think just having that awareness, and we're trying to learn how to love senselessly.
Wow.
I know that seems like a little bit like theoretical maybe, but I think it's true. I think that's where we have to start.
So in your book, you also mention about the global meaning crisis, actually. People don't know who they are and they lost identity. So how to cope with it from your point of view? How to deal with the phenomenon? We can't come back. We can't go back.
We can't go back. This should be very clear.
Yeah,
the
road
road
create
back.
new. Yeah, what's new? What's the new meaning?
I think that always the key is to get to know ourselves better. When people ask what is the meaning of life, they usually expect to be told some story about the universe, which gives them some role to play. You have the Jewish story, the Christian story, the national story, but all these stories are false because the universe doesn't work as a story. It exists today in the world, not Israel, not Japan, not Greece, not Egypt. None of them existed 5,000 years ago. Humans coming out of Africa, the first cave art, the farming, the invention of farming, of agriculture, the invention of writing, of money, the first cities, all these things happened long before any of the nations that today exist appeared. So none of them offers you an eternal truth. And I think that what the real answer to this search for meaning is leave all these stories aside. And the key thing is to really understand the reality about yourself. So there are many tools to do it, from meditation to the tools of science, that to really explore what is the body, what is the brain, what is happening within me. If you really know the truth about yourself, I don't think that you need any of these stories anymore.
So you said you must create your own story.
No, you don't create your own story. You search for the truth about the reality about yourself.
But you said that the whole history is about story, but how to see the reality. But people never live in the kind of true reality, mostly fictional.
Yes, as I said, in order to live in society, in order to have a functioning social order, you must have all these kinds of stories. They're useful as tools. You cannot build societies without a story in which people believe. But it's the same in the case of entire nations and religions. You can't organize millions of people together if they don't agree on some common story and common laws. So we need these things. But they are just tools. They are not the ultimate reality. If you mistake these imaginary stories for the ultimate reality, then you will never know the truth about yourself, and you will start usually sacrificing people for the sake of imaginary story, like what is happening in the Middle East all the times.
它算一种启蒙啊，让你想这些问题 ，AI 什么问题。但是大部分情况下，大家不会真的想嘛，大家只是盲从某种新的说法而已，新的流行而已。它不是催促你更复杂性的思考，或者说要面对自己的很多问题。它更像是一种抚慰剂的方式。启蒙还是要很多自我发现的觉醒。
你看那个乌鸦在上面，下面卧虎藏龙，哇，好漂亮啊！
你从建筑形上显然它是有点博采众长，就有点和像他要把其他的宗教
大同是吧？
全大同在这里。